It may just be a really little portion of Mars' ambience, but methane waxes and wanes in the change of seasons, scientists tell. On land, such sources substantially engage biologic emissions of marshland, paddy fields, domestic livestock, and the love. Not one can yet tie a lifetime sign to Mars methane, but the environment of its season behavior perhaps rules out several geologic explanations for it. To the at first period in the story of Mars methane measurements, we include thing how's reproducible, told Dr. Chris Webster, a U.S. area agent, NASA, scholar work on Curious. Methane in Mars ambience is a enchanting theme. The gas is brief-lived, so the reality how it persists in the Earth's air points to a continuous, outgoing resource, and taking into account Chapter S connection to biological on land, scientists' requirement to get to the lower of the Martian secret. Always with it landing in the red Earth's equinoctial storm crater in 2012, Curious has been sniffing the air for methane. The stray robot lab has seen WAFs wherever the focus has rising above of 7 components per trillion, ppb, by compare, on land it is on 1,860 ppb. But above the history few year, the 8-ton car has as well been monitoring the general backdrop tendency. They saw methane rises of fair over in the northern brain hemisphere winter to a faction above in the summer. The crew's top explain is how methane is leaking up of subterranean, maybe of saved ices, and is later creature liberated while shallow soil are warm. The crew cannot favorably identification the descent of the methane, but the researchers believe they can shut downward one special arrangement for its manufacture. The involve sun break-up carbon sequestration rich, natural, molecules how include fall to the Earth's shallow in meteorites. The change in UV lighting above the year of the change of seasons is not big quite to driving the scope of the changing scene in the methane focus, says Dr. Webster. We aware the rate of the sun and the arrangement should make just a 20% growth in methane for the summer, but we're vision it growth by a element of 3, he explainable. All the foliage outdoor the issue of which kind of submarine surface water reservoir is feed the produce, if it derives of several some geochemical trial, or is the food of microbe operation, if it is again minted methane, or several old keep. It is probable the sensor might be capable to discover places on the Earth wherever the gas is creature released in greater quantities. If such a position can be identified, several next mission statement could later trip it in the susceptible analytic toolkit necessary to define if the chapter is the type usually related in lifetime. On land, biological has a priority to include the cigarette lighter shape of carbon sequestration atomic while manufacturing the molecular. One day once again, love methane, organic are not a straight index of lifetime, but lifetime cannot already exist out of such a molecules, DNA and protein food creature nice examples. The history of organic on Mars is thus of huge concern if the present of lifetime is to be affirmed, if just in the length distant history. The Curious crew has previous informed cute easy carbon sequestration rich constituent, which are called chlorinated hydrocarbons since of their insertion of chloride atoms in their carbon sequestration hydrogen structures. The new molecules, drilled of 3 billion-year-old mudstones how were laid down downward in a pond environmental, are more than various and more than facility. They involve thiophenes, that are a grade how include sulfur atoms bound in their structures, and how is essential since the sulfur aids conservation. If, as the crew believes, the molecules Curious is vision are simple patchy of lot greater forms, the bodes so for such next missions how can drill bit more profound in the Earth's shallow. An ESA wanderer urged to do fair the in 2021. ExoMars is departure to go profound, 2M profound, explainable the scientific documents conduct writer, Dr. Jennifer Eigenbrode. How gives it the opportunity of faced rock how include not been vulnerable to any considerable deterioration of ionizing emission at the shallow. ExoMars has a opportunity of detecting surviving lifetime. Yet, though if it doesn't, fair insight the changing of natural question of the shallow to which set deep is departure to be extremely demonstration.